Hey everybody, it's Tanaye here from Ben&Tanaye. Today I'm going to be showing you how I achieve my dip powder nails using the KIARA SKY system. So if you're interested in seeing how I achieve this look, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, first things first, you want to soak off any pre-existing gel, powder, anything that you have on your nails. Nail polish, you want to get that off. I use pure acetone and a cotton round and just make sure any excess materials are off of my nail. I want to make sure it's my pure natural nail. Just make sure everything's off. It may look a little ashy, but you want to make sure that stuff is off your nails. So after I'm done with the acetone, I just set it aside and get ready to start the dip powder system. So before I actually dip my nails or do anything in the system, I make sure I buff. I'm just making my nails a little rough just so everything will stick better. Alright, after I finish buffing all my nails, I just wipe off any excess powder or residue using a regular brush you would use for makeup or anything, just any brush you find, a soft brush. Alright, after I've done brushing everything off, what I'm going to do is push back my cuticles. I have a little wooden cuticle pusher backer tool, but you can use any tool that you have to push your cuticles back. Once my cuticles are pushed back, I'm going to use a cuticle cutter just to cut off that extra skin that is not needed. I'm going for a nice, clean, smooth look, so we don't want any extra skin on there. Once you're satisfied with how your cuticles look, you can move on to the next part, which is basically creating the shape that you want for your nails. I just use a regular file for this, a nail file. The shape I go for is a semi ballerina shape. So it's basically square, just a little narrow on the sides. Once you've achieved the shape that you want, you're gonna prep for your powders. The first powder I'm gonna be using is the clear KIARA SKY Dip Powder. Before you do any powder, you're going to do step 1, which is called the bond. This basically dries out your nail bed to make sure any oils or anything are gone, because you don't want any oils on or the powder won't stick right. Just giving my nails an extra brush to get off any excess powder from when I was buffing or filing, and then I go right in with the bond. Alright, then we're going to move on to step 2, which is the base. This is what's going to hold the powder on your nail. I always give my powder a little stir just to loosen it up some. When applying the base, you want to make sure you have a nice even coat, just like how it would be if you were just polishing your nails. And dip it right into the powder. Okay, once you have the coat of clear on all of your nails, you go ahead and pick which color powder you want. Today I'm gonna pick this beautiful purple lilac color. It's called Chit Chat. So for the color, instead of dipping right into the holder, what I'm gonna use is a dipping powder holder, because it lets me go in with the angle instead of going straight down. So I like this one better. I got it from my Kiss set. You can get it at any CVS or Rite Aid. I just like to dip that way better. So for the color, you're going to be doing the exact same thing you did for the clear. You're going to do a nice even coat of the base. Make sure you don't have any clumps or any spots that are not covered with the base. You want to make sure every spot on your nail is covered and even all the way around. Once you feel like it's even enough, you go in at an angle into the color. go in with that same brush I've been using and just brush off any excess powder. Make sure you don't brush too hard because you don't want to brush anything off of the nail. You don't want to create any unnecessary spaces. And I'll just continue to do that for each nail. Alright, and this is what that first coat of the color should look like. So now I'm on my second hand doing the second coat of the color. So depending on how dark you want your color, you can do as many coats as you like. I don't like my nail to be too thick, so I go in with 2 coats of the color. Alright, this is how the color is looking after 2 coats. If you want your nails to be darker than this, depending on what color you're using, you would have to do another coat of the color. But I'm satisfied with the 2. Alright, since I'm done with the color, what I'm going to do is dump the rest back into the original container because it can easily be reused. Alright, after I'm done with the color, I'm going to go in with my final coat of powder, and that's the clear one that I used at the beginning. The same one, I'm going to go back in and do 1 coat of that over all of my nails, over all the color, just for that extra piece of protection. Alright, and this is how my nails look after all of the dipping. So I'm done with the powder from this point on. I'm also done with the base coat, step 2, and we'll be moving on to step 3. Alright, step 3 is the seal and protect. Okay, and what this does is makes everything solid, so that powder won't be moving anymore. It's going to make it permanent. So you want to make sure you add plenty. You can use as many coats of this as you want because you want that powder not to move, because for the next step we're going to do, you don't want your powder moving anywhere. Alright, now I'm going to go in with my electric buffer. I got this from CVS. It is Kiss, and they have pretty good products for a low price. So I changed out the head, and what I'm doing right here is basically buffing, just making a nice smooth layer, just in case you had any lumps and bumps from when you did the base coat in the powder. This is just making it one nice, even, smooth surface. If you don't have an electric buffer, you can achieve this same step by using regular handheld buffers that you get from the beauty supply store or CVS. It'll just take a little longer if you decide to use this type of buffer. Okay, once I'm done buffing, it should be nice and smooth like so. After I'm done with that head, I'm gonna put in a more narrow head. And the reason why I'm using a narrow one is because I want to get close to my cuticles and make sure it's nice and even. I want it to look effortless, like these are my natural nails with polish on it. Okay, once I've gotten as close to my cuticles as possible without hurting myself, I just make sure that everything looks nice and neat and smooth the way I like it, and I'm gonna move on to the next part. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my final shaping, making sure I go back to that original shape that I made on my nails. Sometimes when you use the dip powder, it kind of spills over a little bit, so I want to buff off those extra areas. After I finish filing, we're going to go back in with step 3, seal and protect, and just seal any of the work we just did. Okay, so if you buy the KIARA Sky kit offline, naturally you're going to have a number 4, which is going to be the top coat. I'm not the biggest fan of it. It gets really hard. I had to use a tool to open it, so that's why the top is kind of messed up, and it just got really thick on me, and I don't use it anymore. Not a fan. So instead of the KIARA Sky top coat, I go in with the Kiss top coat that I got from CVS or Rite Aid. It's much cheaper and it just works better for me. Alright, so you just want to apply the top coat like you would any regular nail polish. You don't want it to be clumpy, you want a nice, even, smooth surface. Alright, once I've added that top coat, I'm going to let it dry for a minute. Unlike regular nail polish, it doesn't take very long to dry. Okay, so just like at the nail salon, after your nails are dry, you want to make sure they're dry. Don't do this step without making sure your nails are dry. I'm going to oil my cuticles and put on some hand lotion. Alright guys, this is the final look. I think it looks pretty close to what my nails used to look like when I would go to the nail salon, but the difference is I save a whole bunch of money. So if you like the way these look, I hope you try it at home using the KIARA Sky Dip Powder Kit. And thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.